in different political and its association for the contribution of Bihar in the perspective of the financial, in the perspective of agriculture, educations and the different regardless of the procedures about the association, which is the comprehensive advantage. It is the socialization and its growth orientation, like the division of Bihar in 1912, and the also the foundation of different responsibility for their gradually transitions, which is the inclusivity for the regulatory and its fundamentals natures for the different sector, like the agriculture is the majority sectors, which 18% of the population, um, which is the dependency, the defining for the different way and its efficiency, like the contribution of Bihar GSDP, which 58% of the service sectors, the secondary primary the secondary the agriculture sector is more one, and the manufacturing sector is also have. It is the transformation and it's a gracefully responsibility, the hidden and it's ecologically which are they responsible. The transformation and its growth for their different requirement and its a phase for the different way of the political instability and the stable government, which crucial for the any states infrastructure developments, cooperative advantage and the societal structurals. But despite of 1947's, when India become independence, after that Bihar have not find any stable governments like to become ecosystem for the regulatory, and it's a way for the efficiency of the economically prosperity, that is fine for the different way of the challenges, like the casteism. We also have the poverty is also define the different deficiency and its structurals. But the regardless of the we can talk about the structure we have is also the deficiency of education. The better infrastructure is not defining in this regardless, because the political instability, and also have the Britisher, which is very criticizing in the Bihar. They are regulatory in different politicals and its economically prosperity, like the Teen Katia systems, and they are just utilizing the essential utility, but they are not provided essential commodity in the perspective of education, in the perspective of economically association, like the different industrial sectors. But despite of the challenges, the emerging of Bihar is currently 13.2% of the growth rates. And despite of the different challenges, we have just facing about the structurals and it's a political instability. But the different way of the scope, if any stable government, the policy is stable required for the employment opportunity, getting about the financing inclusion, which is the benefited about the inclusive developments and the enhancement of the prosperity, which is different sectors, and it's a prosperity for the requirement of the advantage and its growth associations. It is despite of the challenges and its association for the regardless, the prosperity which is defining and its achievements about the structurals and its functional balance for their different responsibility. If we are considered about the current scenario in the respective of Bihar aspirants, which is the different way of they are succeeded in the different sectors, like the different competitive examinations, also having political sectors, also have the economy sectors, and the regardless of the defining and its challenges, which are not the deficiency of their transformation, but they are just try to encourage themselves and transform their ecosystem in the regional levels, national levels, also have the international levels. the driving force and its requirement for their phase, which is the different way and its balance for their ecosystem and its deficiency for their transformation ecologically procedures, which is the different way of the ability and its a consistent transformation, the balance and its a regulatory, which is having about the structurals of different way of the corruptions rates is also heights, so the deficiency of imbalance and its working efficiency is not properly defining in different way. But the challenges like the corruptions, political instability, financial inclusion is also taking place, which is the deficiency and it's included in the corruptions rates, the balance of the capacity and its requirement face for their efficiency, the challenges for their different role in its regulatory for their advantage, the ecosystem of their driving and its force for their challenges for their different capacity. It is all about the structurals of strict policy, strict administrative systems, governance regulatory, existing political system which is preferential for their different role and its regulatory. It's not be favorable for the different way and its regardless. Just try to strict policy, administrative system reforms, the execution of working and its facilitates about the structurals and its cooperative for the societal levels, also have the different way of the changing and its inclusivity way for their transformation, the balance of the capacity regulatory and its societal reformations gradually association in different way, but the challenges for the deficiency and its transformation, it is way of the occupancy and it's way for the different talented hubs in Bihar, because in the way of we are talking about in different bureaucrats which are emerging in Bihar in different way for the doctors and engineers, also have the cricket players, and despite of the industrialists, entrepreneurs, teachers, and also have the political leaders which are emerging and they are inspirations for the India, also for the world, because they in despite of the challenges we are not stuck in a critical place, just we are moving forward and transform our the economically prosperity influential for the structurals, regardless of the prosperity and its coordination and its advantage. The prosperity and its define the historicals we have seen about the political instability, but in current scenario we have seen different optimistic and it's favorable for the structural connectivity take place, and digital infrastructure which is having the proper utilization and it's a prospectus for their ideologically, it is the different way and its balance for their capacity and its requirement, the phase efficiency and transformation for the way and its challenges for their capacity neutralization, the proper way of the guidance, just try to influence the structurals and its way for their efficiency, the balance of the capacity requirement and its facing like the occupations, entrepreneurships, transformation of knowledge, different services sectors like the tertiary sectors, which is the advantage for the cooperative and its societal reformation. Also have the political stability, which is the investor is trust about the government that they will invest in Bihar and they will generate employment prosperity, which is helping for the enhancement and it's a different despite of the prospectus for their ideologically, which is the transformation and it's a knowledge ecosystem, it is try to influential in different regardless and it's a prosperity for their different systematic approach and synthetic ideologically, which is the capacity and its neutralization for their prosperity. We are just basically their transformations and its knowledge ecosystems, which is the basically for their transformation in different way, but the Bihar is just like the national level of transformation, and in this regardless Bihar is pleased about the 2040, which is the comprehensive societal developments, economically prosperity, and the changing of the ecosystem which is they defining, and it's a different way for their balance for their capacity, and it's a neutral efficiency, the process and it's a phasing of the defining which getting about the different way of the societal reformation, and it's a partially differentiation, but the way for their challenges, but they add the transformation in the flowing years. Okay.